Hey, what's going on, everybody? Scott Hilse here with you today. It's a beautiful rainy day. I'm just walking around this park and I decided, I'm going to update you guys on exactly how I've been dropshipping in 2020 and how I plan to dropship basically from here on out, as well as give you a major update that's coming into my life just because I know some of you are interested in what I'm doing. So before you do that, if you could just do me a favor, hit that like. That helps me out so much. I mean, it's just one little half second. That's all it takes to hit that like button. And as you know from Graham stuff on, it just helps the YouTube algorithm and all that. So if you could do that for me right here, right now, that's all I ask. I would really appreciate that. And also, I keep forgetting to mention this, but especially for the new users on my channel, I answer every single question below in the comment section. So if you got any questions for me, dropshipping related or not, go ahead and drop a comment and I'm going to reply to you. All right, so most of you know my story. I started dabbling in social media marketing early 2017. Got into dropshipping mid 2017, and then dropshipping started really working out for me once I started doing something called one product dropshipping late 2017, and then I've been dropshipping professionally ever since. So when I started, up until honestly pretty recently, what I've been doing is I've been doing everything myself. It's that old entrepreneur fallacy where they think that they have to do everything because nobody's going to care or do as good of a job as them as anybody else would when it comes to your own store, when it comes to your own ads. So that's what I was doing. I was building every store. I was doing all the product research myself. I was doing all the marketing myself. I was managing the ads myself. And even at the very start, I was managing customer service by myself. But obviously, the first thing you guys should do when you're drop shipping, once you start to have a little bit of success, is outsource the order fulfillment. If you're using Oberlo, if you're using Zendrop, obviously you don't have to worry about that. And also outsource the customer service, because honestly, you're gonna get a lot of negative emails. That's just the nature of customer service, and you don't want that on your mind, nor do you want to put your actual time into something like that. Those two things when you're drop shipping should be the first to go. Those are just nominal tasks that it doesn't matter how good you are, it's going to be the same result either way. So I know I've talked about this on my Instagram lives and I've talked about this with people in my own life, but I never really talked about it on YouTube about how exactly I've been drop shipping in 2020, just because I've been preparing for this for months. And let me just give you the details on how I'm doing it. So I've gotten to the point where it's actually detrimental if I keep doing every single thing myself. Now, I paused any stores I had, and I paused any stores I was gonna create before Chinese New Year's, and unfortunately Corona hit. So there was a couple months there where I wasn't drop shipping at all. Ever since December and January, me and my business partner out in LA kept meeting up, and starting to build the structure for what we're doing right now. Where basically I'm overseeing everything. He's handling the finances because this guy's unbelievable, the finances. So we're gonna be doing a lot of things that most people wouldn't do with the revenue that's coming in from all these dropshipping stores we're launching. And we have someone on Facebook ads. He runs his own agency. Brilliant guy. He's doing all the Facebook ads, managing the Facebook ads. We got actually 2 people on product research. So those 2 people are actually researching all the products through my product research strategy, which I have a new one coming up. It's a little more expensive than, the natural product research that I usually teach, but it's definitely killer. I will be doing a video on that soon. I just don't want to release it too soon. And then lastly on the team, we got someone building the stores and we have someone building the ads. So that's what I want to let you guys know how I'm actually approaching dropshipping 2020. You can only grow so much when it's just you. And I know that's the main issue that comes with pretty much any entrepreneur, especially in dropshipping. You just, in your brain, you convince yourself like no one's going to care about these Facebook ads as much as me. No one's going to care about these store builds as much as me. When at the end of the day, the people who are working for you are going to care about it because that is their job that they're getting paid for. And that's just the natural wave of things. You don't really see a restaurant owner who's also the server, who's also the busser, who's also cooking, That really applies to most things in business. And that's one thing that I've had a really hard time with letting go of. But the second I let go of it, I instantly started seeing the potential growth that's coming. For example, right now we've already launched 3 stores, I believe. We kind of got to go on Facebook schedule because when you launch God, these supplies are terrible. When you launch a new ad account, nowadays especially, they kind of limit how much you can spend a day. But we've been in contact with them, explain the situation. So they're going to be expanding our budget per day. And then obviously once it's expanded, it's not going to retract. So that's the one thing hindering our growth right now. But I will say it's an unbelievable feeling because guys, personally, I hate building stores. I hate doing the same thing over and over again. Like, I built so many stores in my day. I'm just completely done with it. I didn't mind the ads, but at the end of the day, you can't really just keep growing by managing tons of stores because here's our ultimate plan. So by the end of this year, we're looking to have at least a couple hundred profitable stores. And by the end of next year, we're looking to have at least 10,000 profitable stores. And I know that's just a crazy number. But the way we're formatting it and the way we're structuring it is basically like this. I've already explained all the people we have in line to do their duties, and when they get something in their funnel, on the Slack channel, whatever, they do it and then they pass it off to the next person and they do their duty. My main job right now, I always talk about the dropshipping eye. you can't really outsource a drop shipping eye. You can try to explain it to people, you can try to say what products work, but at the end of the day, someone who's actually been successful in drop shipping, who's had successful products, knows what's gonna work and what's not going to work. Or more like, they know what has a higher chance of working opposed to what doesn't have a higher chance of working. I'm the head overseer of all of this, and then my business partner oversees all the financials. He puts it into certain bank accounts and works with certain banks in order to grow the money while it's sitting there, and that is just unbelievable. Again, something I've really realized recently is money makes money, and the more money you have, the more money you make, but you got to keep the money in order for that money to make the money. So I'm helping out with the Facebook ads guy, I'm helping out with the product research people, but we're automating all of that so they know exactly what to do and when to do it. My main thing is the product research people are going to feed me tons of products each week, and then I'm going to be the one deciding which products we run with. And then once I decide what product we run with, it goes to the store builder, and then he builds the store, and then he builds the ads, and then he hands that off to the Facebook ads builder. He launches it and he manages it, but with my Facebook ad strategy. And ultimately, obviously, this is a big funnel to creating tons of stores, and then within the stores, unfortunately, I can't talk about this too much because it's not my exact strategy we're using. It's one of my other business partners' strategies that we're using, that we're actually collaborating with. I know it's very complicated and I wish I could talk about it right now, but I told them I wouldn't. But these dropshipping stores, the funnel isn't even into the purchase anymore. The funnel is into something else. And that something else can turn a non-profitable dropshipping store into a massively profitable dropshipping store. They're preparing a bunch of things right now to release the strategy to the public. It's a very, like, even if I told you guys what it is right now, you couldn't replicate it. Yeah, guys, that's exactly how I'm approaching it. Like, in 2020, I'm really like letting go. I'm letting go of the responsibility of buying the domain, connecting the domain, building the terms of service, the refund policy, building the store, building the ads, doing the product research, doing the, managing the Facebook ads, launching them, scaling, all of that. Because Elon Musk said it best. He says, if you want to make a lot of money, you need to learn how to manage people. And that is my main goal here in 2020, especially just being cooped up in this quarantine, going fucking nuts in the head, in my apartment, just thinking about a lot of things. I'm starting to see a lot of things more clear. And I'm glad that me and my business partner were working on this before all this happened, because we have used this time very diligently in order to create this structure. And now we've been launching the past couple weeks, and we'll continue to launch for hopefully forever. And then the end goal, again, this is all under one company, is that we want to sell this company for billions and billions of dollars. And the only way for this to be achievable is to do it in the structure that we're doing it. But let me be clear on one thing right now. That does not mean I'm just going to completely stop building stores, completely stop doing Facebook ads. What I'm actually going to be doing is I'm going to Colorado here for an entire month. I'm leaving in 2 days. And while I'm in Colorado and just overall in the summer in general, I'm going to be launching, 1 to 2 stores just so that I can still have a hands-on grip on the current atmosphere on Facebook ads, current atmosphere on drop shipping, themes, all of that, just for you guys, and especially the people in my simplified dropshipping course. Because if I just never have a hand in any of these things again, I'm gonna lose touch with actually what works. So I don't want to lose that touch at all. I always want to be hands-on. When I get to Colorado here in a couple of days, I have some awesome videos for not only just like lifestyle or whatever videos, but also dropshipping specific videos. I got some very, very unique ideas that are coming. I'm really excited to film them. Trust me, they're gonna be one of a kind. And that's the announcement I was talking about. Guys, I'm not gonna lie, it's just this quarantine has gotten to my head. Like, you guys saw what happened. It's like, I wasn't planning on moving into my apartment. That was supposed to be my backup apartment when I come home to St. Louis every couple months from LA for like a couple days. I would have never chosen that place to live. So instead, I'm taking it upon myself to just do some major traveling. What I'm planning on doing is going to Colorado for all of June. And then if Canada opens its borders, I'm shooting up to British Columbia, the British Columbia lakes. My buddy has a big house up there. 2 brand new 2020 wakeboard boats. He invited me up there. That's a 21-hour drive from Denver, 37-hour drive from St. Louis. But I'm gonna make my way up there, chill there for a week, come back, and then shoot down to Miami for a week or maybe even potentially a month. And while I'm in Miami, I'm actually gonna get a new car, come back, and then it should be just about time to go back to LA. And I'll be honest with you guys, like, I just have not been feeling myself at all. That's why I'm really excited to start traveling again, because I've been cooped up in that shitty ass apartment. And it's really unfortunate because if this quarantine thing would have happened 2 weeks earlier, my lease at that corner unit that I had at that place called 212 in Clayton would have still been active, and I would have just been like, whatever, I'll just keep this place, It would have been a very, very simple transition, but I'm not used to being cooped up with no windows. If you guys follow my Instagram live, the maintenance guy has been trying to get into my room, trying to get me to teach him drop shipping. The neighbors are going nuts, always arguing and trying to get into my place too to teach him drop shipping and make music. They're like 55. I got so many stories. And then I don't mean to sound materialistic at all, but also me selling my i8 and then just getting a Camry. Personally, I think that was a terrible idea. But I just realized by getting that Camry, something about being behind a car like an i8 or just an exotic or just a powerful car, cool car like that in general, it makes me feel like I can take over the world, like it really does. And I don't mean to sound materialistic. I just really get a lot of power from, you know, living in a really cool place like my old apartment in Clayton or that house in LA. I get a lot of power from waking up in the morning being like, let's get shit done. I don't get that same feeling when I'm waking up at that apartment with my Camry. So I'm switching up my lifestyle. I got a dope ass house in Colorado. And just to be clear, the reason I sold the i8 is because first of all, I made the mistake of paying $80,000 cash like a year ago for it, which if you don't buy a car that expensive all cash. Like if I would have invested that money into Shopify, I think I would have made like $500,000 by now or 600,000, but instead I lost like $20,000 on the depreciation of it. So that's just one thing I want to clear up for you guys. I didn't need to sell the car because I needed cash or anything. Or I just wanted to put as much cash into the stock market as possible, but I didn't know what margin trading was back then. So I'm just saying this in this video just so you guys can learn from my mistakes. If I would have went back, I would have just kept the car. And I already had 100,000 in my Robinhood account. And I didn't understand what margin trading was. So if I would have understood what margin trading was, I would have just either used $50,000 of margin trading where the brokerage account matches whatever money you put in it. Because like I could have traded 200,000 with that 100,000. But what I did instead was I just wanted to throw everything into the stock market when it was at its all-time lows. So that's why I sold the car, got the cash, and I put that in my Robinhood account. So now I had like 150,000. And again, you don't want to invest anything you're not willing to lose. And I was willing to lose 150,000. Like if I lost that, no big deal. But looking back, I would have much rather just kept my car and then taken out that margin trade loan for a 5.0 APR that I can pay back whenever I want. Especially since I still had a year of the warranty left on it and I just put new tires on it. But hey, you live and you learn. It just means this next car is going to be even better than the i8. I'm probably picking that up in late July, early August, and then looking to move to LA sometime in September, right before my birthday. Because I just noticed this recent lifestyle shift has definitely played a negative toll on my brain, especially with everything shut down, just locked in that box. The AC keeps fucking breaking. It just sucks. So I'm really excited to get out of there, go to this dope ass house in Colorado for a month, and then come back just a much mentally healthier person. So yeah guys, just to summarize, I've learned so much about myself the past couple months, what motivates me, what doesn't motivate me. I'll say one thing, Jared Getz said it best. He said if you live in a place that has expansive views, it naturally attracts your brain that you can acquire long-reaching goals. And same with golf. That's why a lot of successful people play golf. Because if you keep going towards a long-reaching destination and get there, it teaches your brain that long-reaching goals is achievable. I know it may sound a little cheesy or corny, but it actually works, and it works well for me. But again, everybody's different, so it's very important to find out what motivates you, what gets you going in the morning, and don't neglect that for anything. Do not neglect that, because the power that you get from that is extremely important. So guys, that's how I'm drop shipping nowadays. That's where my brain's at right now. That's what I've been thinking about. That's what I've been learning, and that's where I'm going. So thank you guys so much for watching. Again, if you have any questions, comments, comment below. I read every comment and reply to every comment within a reasonable time frame. And also be sure to smash that like button if you haven't yet. Really appreciate it. So thanks so much for watching. Peace.